Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Amir, and in this video I want to share with you how I took this ugly, neglected Toyota Corolla with a nasty rust spot on the hood, how I fixed it up and turned it around for a nice profit. This video will include everything that you need to know about flipping cars if that's something that you're looking to get into. So I will cover how much I bought the car for, what it took for me to fix it, and most importantly, how much profit I made on it, along with a few tips on negotiations, pricing, and all the little nitty-gritty stuff that goes into flipping cars. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. The story of this Corolla starts at this Mannheim dealer auction. The bid on it was going super cheap at 600 bucks, then rose to I believe 900 and then 1200, and at 1400 nobody was bidding. So I decided to place my final bid on it because it was still under the MMR, which is the trade-in value or the average price that the car sells for. And lo and behold, nobody outbid me and we won the car. Now, the same day I went ahead and picked it up and the car was in my driveway. The rust spot that we saw in the pictures was not as terrible as I thought. I thought I would need a new hood. But luckily I realized that if we just throw some paint on there with some sandpaper and whatnot, we can easily fix this. The bumper also needed some love. Again, the paint was just coming right off that baby. The plate was just rusted and welded on there. God knows when that was taken off. The fender was kind of interesting. It seemed like someone tried to fix it with some Bondo and just sanded it, but never actually ended up painting it, or I don't know if the paint was actually chipping. But either way, the hood, the fender, and the bumper needed some love and some work. Now let's take a look at inside the car. The dealer detailed the crap out of this thing before sending it into the auction. It literally felt like a brand new car. And this saves me a lot of work of detailing or spending the money to detail the car. And even if we look at the outside of the car, the owner before us took great care of this car. For a car this age, the body was actually really clean. There's that little rust spot on that fender liner, but that's very common of the Corollas of this era. And even if we look inside, there's no check engine light, there's no warning lights, it idles perfectly. So I know for a fact that the next owner of this car is not going to have any major mechanical issues with this car. And even the engine was detailed, and this is really big because you don't want to have a nasty, dusty, or leaky looking engine, and going to the extent of cleaning it definitely saves you a lot of headache, especially when showing these cars to your potential buyers. Anyways, it was time to pull her into the garage and make her look pretty again. I started off by wet sanding the hood as well as the fender. This was actually pretty satisfying, seeing all of that rust and all that dirt and debris kind of smooth out. Once we did the fender and hood, it was time for the bumper. I did end up getting that license plate out finally. I just had to yank it off at that point. There was nothing that I could do, but the bumper wasn't too bad. I just had to smooth out some of the areas, and once all that was complete, I made sure to clean it up properly, get all the dust and debris out. Once the car was prepped and ready, it was time to shoot the paint. Quick disclaimer, I'm not a professional body man nor a painter. I just watched a few YouTube videos and bought a Harbor Freight gun. My goal was to make the car presentable, not perfect, and this type of paint job alone would run me $500 or more at a body shop. That's why I decided to take it onto my own hands and do it myself. And just a few coats later, the car was already looking so much better than I had even expected. Finally, it was time to lay on that clear coat and we were good to go. And check this out. She looks sexy. The hood, the bumper, and the fender look a whole lot better. And yeah, I know the paint match is a bit off, but again, it's still presentable for a car of this age. Overall, I gotta say, I'm pretty proud of this DIY job, and we restored the car fairly well, and now I can say it's clean inside and out. The only thing is missing is the hubcap on the driver's side, and that's not really a big deal because I have an extra one laying around in the garage, so we'll just go ahead and slap that bad boy on. And lastly, if we look at the headlights, they do look a bit hazy, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean them up and make them look brand new again. Once we do that, she'll be all good to go and ready to post for sale. We are using this two-step Meguiar's headlight restoration kit. It has compound that it comes with, some sandpaper, as well as the headlight coating that does the magic. And this stuff works very well, very easy to use. And if you're a beginner in the car flipping game, I would definitely recommend it. Right now we applied some compound on here, probably missing a little spot right there, but I'm gonna get to that in a little bit. Let that dry on there for the next like 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're gonna go ahead and work it off with some warm water, and we're gonna spray down the headlight coating, and it's gonna be looking as good as new. And then we did the same thing on the other side. Just go ahead and apply the compound to get all of the haze out of the headlight and just let it rest for the next 5 to 10 minutes. While we wait for the headlight over there to kind of absorb that compound, we're gonna install the hubcap. I found this on a 2009 Corolla in the back of my garage, and I think it's gonna do the job since it's all Toyota. And yeah, I mean, let's go ahead and install this bad boy. Done. Once we popped on that hubcap, I took some warm water and started dehazing that headlight, kind of starting to buff away all of that haze. And it was already looking a lot better than when I had applied it. And then it was time to apply the headlight coating. This is meant to shine and protect that headlight. It literally changes the condition of the headlight night and day. So we're gonna go ahead and apply this on both of the headlights. Watch how this works. That looks literally brand new. Now the coating over here is meant to protect and keep the headlight looking like this, so it doesn't get all hazy in the future. Brand freaking new headlights. All right guys, she is ready and we are gonna take pictures of her right now. This is the perfect time of the day to take pictures because it's golden hour, and in case you don't know what golden hour is, this is the time right before the sun sets. Taking photos at this time makes the paint of the car stand out and eliminates unnecessary shadows and overblown images that you would get when you take pictures directly in the sunlight. But before that, can we just take a second to admire this paint job? Just look at that hood, look at that bumper, and also look at that fender. I'm so proud of myself, guys, for doing this because I didn't think it would actually look this good. Yeah, there's a little bit of a mismatch, but again, not the biggest deal for a car this age. And thanks to the detailers, if we look inside, as we saw earlier, it is spankingly clean. And when someone steps into this car, they're going to be very happy and they're going to feel like they're actually in a new car. And now the car is pretty much ready. So we're going to go ahead and take pictures of her and put her up on Marketplace and see what kind of responses that we get. And I'll let you guys know what's up. Now the car was ready, it was time to list it up on Marketplace and make it available for the public to buy. But before we do that, it was time to price the car accordingly. So let's run a quick breakdown of how much we put into the car and what we should price the car at to have a nice profit. So I'm gonna throw up a screenshot right here. In total, I won the bid on the Camry for $1,400 after the auction fees and the online bidding fee. So I'm looking at my notepad right here. After all the fees, I paid about $1,670 for that car, which is not terrible. And then what we had to do to get the car up and running, we had to buy paint and the clear coat. So that cost me $45 total, no tax, it was a flat fee. So in total, with repairs and everything, it puts us at $1,715 to get the car up and running. The hubcap I found for free because it was just laying in my garage. The headlight restoration thing, I bought it as a one-time thing like a year ago. It's still running good today, so I'm not gonna factor those costs in. So the net cost to get this car up and running was $1,715. So now this means that I want to have at least $1,000 profit margin. I'm pretty sure I can sell it quick for a cheaper price, but I've sold many cars like this in the past and they bring in good money because they're hot in demand. So I did a quick Kelley Blue Book search, and in good condition, it is a 2003 Toyota Corolla CE. And the private party ranges anywhere between $1,900 to $3,000, but the median range for that car is about $2,484, so about $2,500. Now, whenever I do list my cars up on Marketplace, or whenever I put them up on sale, I always like to start off high, and if nobody bites, then I will bring the price down. So for this one, yeah, the Kelley Blue Book value, the maximum I can get, it says is $3,000, but again, I do know these cars are in demand. That's why I listed it up on Facebook Marketplace for $3,300 and see if anybody bites. And lo and behold, I was right. Just within a few hours, I was getting a good amount of hits and interest of people who wanted to come see the car, people who were interested. So I know that was a perfect price point to price my cars at. And I know it was just a matter of a few days until someone would come out, see the car, and take it off my hands. And literally the next day, this guy came to check out the car. He liked the car, but for some reason, this guy was just in a rush. He just came, looked around, opened the hood real quick, and then he was like, yep, gotta go. And I don't know what his deal was. But this is pretty common in this business. The first person who's gonna come see the car might not be the one. It might not be the second one or the third one. It might be the fifth one. So you gotta keep showing it, and someone will definitely bite. But luckily, we didn't really have to wait for the fifth or sixth guy. This was the second guy to come check out the car. He actually really liked it. He thoroughly inspected. He knew exactly what he was looking for, and he just needed a reliable car. And this is the guy who actually ended up making me an offer. Here's how that went down.
So far that I see is like the tires are dry rotting. So those are probably want to replace soon. Other than that, everything looks fine. I see like some oils, like it looks like it's seeping out a little bit from the oil pan, but I'm not too sure because it looks like it's coming from the top as well. It might have been coming from the valve cover already.
It's probably the valve cover, yeah. These cars, I think as they age, the valve cover goes up, but it's not to get too expensive to fix.
How does like 2,500 sound?
25. It's a little steeper than I would like, honestly. But I was looking at getting something closer to at least 28.
Or 28?
Yeah. It's a clean car, you know.
No, yeah, I know.
You're just not gonna get
I get you, no worries.
Yeah.
Any chance you'd want to meet halfway, like leave it at 2650?
It's a 27 color deal.
27? Alright. Cool. Yeah, let's do it 27.
Good.
Right. Give me one.
So as you guys saw, we closed the deal for $2,700. He did hand me that Chase envelope with the full cash in it of all $2,700. And in total, we spent $1,715 to repair the car, all the costs associated after auction fees and everything, and we sold it for $2,700. So our net profit on this deal was $985. So give or take about $1,000 profit, which is not bad considering it only took us 3 days to buy the car, fix the car, repair it, and put it up on Marketplace. And the second person we showed it to ended up buying the car. And I know some of you guys might look at that clip and say, hey, you would have been able to sell it for more. You should have pushed them to $28,000, $29,000, or even $3,000, which I know I could have. But when I'm closing deals or when I'm making deals, I try to make it as easy as possible for me and my customer so that we can close the deal on the spot. He was trying to pay close to $2,500, and pushing him to $2,700 and closing that deal on the spot is so much more better than waiting around for someone to pay me $28,000 or $29,000 and showing it to maybe 3, 4, 5 more people and losing that time. Because now with this $2,700 he paid me, I can go ahead and invest this money into 2 more cars and make $1,000 profit each off them instead of waiting and showing my cars to 3 or 4 more people for an extra $200-300. So you can say we made a nice $1,000 profit off this Corolla just within 3 days, which is not terrible. I think that's a very good start, and I think anybody can do this. So if you're interested in flipping cars and want to learn the ins and outs of flipping cars, that goes to how to finding these flip-worthy deals, how to get into auctions, how to negotiate the best price when buying and selling, all the nitty-gritty that goes into car flipping, make sure to check out the Auto Flipping Academy. It is my flagship course that takes you from zero to making $1,000 plus per week flipping cheap cars just like these. So I showed you real proof in this video that it is possible. And in the course, you will also learn how to get into dealer auctions without having a dealer license, as well as how to find similar deals just like these using your everyday platforms such as Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, Craigslist, and your everyday listing platforms to find amazing deals. So with that being said, if you guys did enjoy this video and you want more videos just like these, be sure to let me know by giving it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the notification bell on this channel. And until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.